Welcome time to Newcomers Alike. I'm Tyranny, and this is the Let's Dub Project 2014 Awards video. Yay, Kermit Flail! Okay, anyways, this is how I say thanks to all my amazing voice actors who have put their heart and soul into voice acting for me this year for pretty much nothing. I'm actually surprised how you guys are doing everything for free, but I really appreciate it. So without further ado, let's get to that list. We're starting off with the Best Stream Series of the Year. And that award goes to Trauma Center, Under the Knife 2. Those of you that were at those streams know the joys of tubas, caffey, lurfters, and crying while doing surgery. And because of how enjoyable the series was, it's definitely in line to be a Let's Dub eventually. I would love to do a Let's Dub of Trauma Center. It's probably going to be outsourced, but still, like, I love that game. It's so easy to make fun of. And for the record, those of you that thought it was going to be Gender Bender DNA Twister Extreme, which I did not pay $25 for, by the way, it's not, because that game is freaking awful. Most likely to get us banned. Well, there are plenty of scenes from Sayano Uta for this one, but I had to pick one in particular, and that happens to be the...
You're just too cute.
Enjoying the sensation of her thin arms struggling futilely against his grip, Yosuke uses his weight to hold her down, while ripping off her remaining scraps of clothing.
Neighbor rape scene. Yeah. We knew it was coming from the very start of the series, and I was not only afraid to watch it when it was finished, but also to post it. Even censored. What if YouTube didn't like it and the channel was banned? That would be freaking awful for the rest of us, and we were paid for putting up such a freaking grotesque series. That said, it's still up, we're still here, and this remains, in my opinion, the most messed up video we've ever posted. I don't know how Ruse and Martin pulled it off so well. In fact, I don't want to know. Forget I even asked. Gag of the year goes to...
Anyway, you saw Bikini, take that! And we're moving on. Turbo Lawyer Power! Still stings, still stings. Okay, come on, Locke, break. Break already! Thank you. Oh no, it's starting to burn, starting to burn. Ah!
Turbo Lawyer Power! We all love fourth wall breaking ad-libs, and this is the king of them. I'll never be able to cut anything out while Dan's voicing someone. That said, this is the most recurring gag of the year, and it doesn't ever seem to get old. As well as all of Dan's other fourth wall breaking moments in this series, which will undoubtedly come up again in this video. Best moment. The best moment of the year is the award that goes to the scene that we put out that has brought out the most enjoyment from me and others. Fan reaction and all the like. And that award goes to...
Are you sure you're thinking this through?
You stop asking me that, please! Please!
The photo, though! What the?
That's weird.
Nick, what is that?
Who's P? Whoa.
Goo?
Someone spelled goggle wrong. That's weird. Whoa! Tell me right now, did you do this?
No.
Is this some sort of Karain village
Nick.
teaches typing thing? What's going
I'm
on
a spirit
here?
medium, not a gog. Nick, your name?
Hey, you're right, that is my name.
Why am I...
And your name.
I caught Viola's.
And Gumshoe's name.
But how?
Oh my god, this could be the secret of the universe. It's our lives. Our past, our present, our future, every single possible decision we could ever make, it's all here. It's like I know everything. Holy shit, I know everything!
That moment in Trials and Tribulations where I went to Google and Dan and Red ad-libbed over it. When the gag came out, it was around the time that our dubs would switch from being Let's Plays, including voice acting, to character-driven Let's Dubs, and it was one of the things that encouraged me to make this jump. It also taught me that I don't really need to go overboard cutting out my mistakes. Once again, when Dan was there to provide hilarious fourth wall breaking moments like this. As far as moments go this year, this is the best. The next award is not particularly an award per se, but it's who you should look out for in 2015, who I think is going to do a fantastic job and really bring the dub to another level. First mention I have for that is Meredith White. Her part in 2014 has mostly been in streams or playing small roles such as Orville in Luigi's Mansion, Iwanako in Kato a Shoujo, or Suzumi's daughter in Sayano Uta. In 2015, however, she'll be stepping up to a main character role as Kay Faraday in Ace Attorney Investigations, and I know she'll do very well. Definitely look forward to seeing her do more in the future because I know she's going to be in more and more roles. I can see it. On the other hand, another mention I have for that is Reno Rebirth. He showed himself to be a real professional this year with Fuminori and Sayano Uta, although he no longer plays the character anymore. And he's going to be playing Snake in the 999 redub and Shilong Lang in Ace Attorney Investigations. Judging by his performance in Sayano Uta, he's going to do fantastic with those characters as well. So, Definitely looking forward to seeing these two in 2015. Now we move on to the real serious stuff, starting with Scene of the Year. And that award goes to...
Calmly seize one of its tentacles and plunge my weapon twice more into its quivering flesh. The blade slices through its body with fascinating ease, each strike sending its blood spraying into my face. As I carve the monster to pieces and hear its hideous screams, my mind is finally consumed by the flames of rage. This thing hurts Lysaia! No mercy. Its death alone won't satisfy me. I give myself to the fury, howling at the top of my lungs as I slash and slash and slash and slash and slash. Even after the flesh beast stops moving, I keep slashing until I realize that its corpse can no longer feel pain.
Fuminori slashing up his neighbor. In terms of acting, intensity, and quality, this is the greatest scene we've probably ever put out ever. A lot of you may disagree, but that's just my opinion. I really think this scene is fantastic. Sure, the subject matter is grotesque, but the sheer epicness of this moment brought out by Reno's voice acting made it way better than it could have been. It was the exact right amount of over the top to work with, and for that reason, Scene of the Year definitely belongs to this. Most Improved Series of the Year. Now, we've come out with a lot of series this year. What started this year? Technically, Dual Destinies, Danganronpa, Sayano Uta, Katawa Shoujo, My Magical Cosplay Cafe, Halloween Otome, Luigi's Mansion. My god, there's a lot. But the Most Improved Series of the Year has to go to...
Which is to say, nobody has an alibi for Yamada's murder.
But me and Sakura were together.
Have a little shame, would ya, you fatuous whale?
Who are you calling a fat whale?
Danganronpa. First off, I just want to say that this series is still not where I need it to be in terms of making deadlines. However, it's won this award just by sheer improvement of episode quality alone. I can barely watch the older episodes without scoffing at some of the pacing or varying microphone qualities, but the newer ones, now that we've fixed all those problems, are a huge step up. I really wish we could redo the older episodes with the new quality of the cast and the new pacing and editing improvements, but the game's long enough as is. So the old episodes will simply serve as a memento of the difference in quality from where the series was and where it is now. Because, God, it's so much better. Most Improved Voice Actor of the Year. The award goes to...
The fact that you're experiencing fear is proof that your imagination still works. You're in a much better position than you would be if you weren't feeling fear. Someone without a functioning imagination, there's no saying what they might do, how they might act.
But Kirigiri, you don't look like you're scared in the slightest.
I am. I just don't make it obvious. There's no benefit in my showing fear to the others.
So you're hiding it?
Unlike you, Mr. Open Book.
Ouch. Open book?
Though the fear I'm feeling and the fear everyone else is feeling are likely of a slightly different variety.
Huh? How so?
You are experiencing the fear of losing something. However, I am experiencing the fear of things already lost.
Marianne Bray. She made her debut playing Kirigiri in Danganronpa with a microphone that was honestly not the greatest thing. As for her acting, in my director's opinion, it was a bit shabby, but as time went along, she got a quality microphone, and after receiving some coaching from Creedkeeper and I, has made the character her own, and now stands as one of the best on the Danganronpa cast. So, good on you, Marianne. You're doing so much better now than you were before, and I'm really glad to have you on the cast. Next award is for Best Newcomer this year, and actually the Best Newcomer really shouldn't be this year because it only applies to anyone debuting in a series after June. That said, the winner of that award is...
It's not that I needed you dead right now, exactly. But you could have become trouble later on. So, I figured that I might as well take advantage of this secluded place to... well...
Might as well? You're doing this on a whim?
Do you really need a reason to die?
Fuminori replies coldly, as though he's truly amazed that Koji would ask such a thing.
Do you think you're special, Koji? People die for no reason at all, you know. My parents did. And I almost followed them.
You're crazy!
If you want a reason so badly, come up with one yourself. You'll have plenty of time down there, won't you?
Reno Rebirth. He debuted as Fuminori in Saino Uta, and despite having to recently give up on the role, he's shown a whole new level of professionalism we'd not previously seen in the project. We look forward to seeing him play Snake in the 999 redub and Shilong Lang in the Ace Attorney Investigations dub in the future, among any other roles he may be involved with after. But, Reno, as long as you keep turning in lines, you always have a place on this project because you are super professional and don't let anybody tell you any differently. Now we get to the really super important awards, the final two. The first award we're going to do that's super important is going to be Series of the Year. Now, I will say, before I reveal what that is, that this series has been mentioned on this list quite a few times, in a very positive light, so it really shouldn't be a surprise that the Series of the Year is...
You're telling me to forget about them?
Forget about them.
Ryoga replies, coolly rebuffing Koji's anger.
This isn't a suggestion. It's a warning. Whatever their relationship to you might have been, that's all over now. You'll never see them again. I guarantee it.
Then what about Tsukuba?
Koji practically shouts.
What'll happen to her? She was begging me for help on the phone! Something terrible was happening to her somewhere!
And how many hours ago was that? Do you know how much time has passed since I saved you? How much longer do you think you would have lasted down there if I hadn't?
Is Sayano Uta. May not get the most views, and its nature may only appeal to a certain audience, but in terms of sheer quality of editing and voice acting, the series is way on top this year. Even the older episodes were nearly flawless in my eyes, and I felt they captured the essence of the game about as well as they ever could and more. I'm proud of this series. With this series, we've risen to a new level of quality and shown that we can do serious and we can do it well. It's even shown me a new level of professionalism in my voice actors, in the sense that I was surprised when I faced so little resistance to dubbing over the H scenes in the game. Even those are done to the absolute best of the voice actors' abilities. No matter what series we do in the future, Let's Dub Sayano Uta will always hold a place in my heart as that really messed up series we did way too well. And now for the final award. This is Voice Actor of the Year. This was a nearly impossible pick because everybody this year did absolutely fantastic. And there were two people that I have in the top that I could not pick one over the other. They both did an equally good job in terms of voice acting and in terms of the extra things they've done for the project. So, without further ado, Best Voice Actor of the Year goes to both...
Hi, Iris. One more thing.
We are busy.
Bear with me, Francisca. Sorry to interrupt the unlocking process, but... Could you take a look at this for me?
We are busy.
Why won't she budge?
Don't bother us.
Iris, how about... Jesus Christ, Francie!
What did I just say?
Hi-ho. Hi-ho. How far my bruises go. Whip, 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 whip.
This last piece of evidence will solve all of the remaining riddles.
Don't you fucking dare!
Hey, remember when you gave us this die? Bet you're regretting that now, aren't you, asshole?
Please?
Take that!
That's...
You were the one who killed Alderman Rex Cubey!
Perfume! You! Perfume! Perfume! How dare you! You my beauty! I'll exterminate you like I did the ultimate! No! My makeup!
Dan De La Rosa and LJ7117. Like I said, it was an impossible pick. As far as LJ goes, she's been constantly good in every role she's done, has always been a fan favorite, and the Katoa Shoujo series she's directing is going absolutely fantastic. As far as Dan goes, upon his starting role as Phoenix, he brought the project to a whole new level. Not only has he provided some great Phoenix moments, but he also does the intros, recaps, credits, and extra gag videos without even asking for a cent in return. We wouldn't be nearly as good today without Dan, and honestly, I couldn't ask for a better person to work with. As well as with LJ, I couldn't ask for a better voice actor to work with as well. So, Best Voice Actor, Dan and LJ, that concludes the Let's Dub Project Awards 2014, and what you have to look forward to next year are the following series. We have more Katawa Shoujo, we have more My Magical Cosplay Cafe, we have more Halloween Otome, we have the continuation of Dual Destinies, we have the finales of Sayano Uta and Trials and Tribulations, and as far as series that are starting, Ace Attorney Investigations, due to start after Trials and Tribs, 999 redub, due to start after Sayano Uta. Yes, we are redoing the entire 999 series again with our new quality and everything. And we have the Legend of Dragoon series directed by Pink Shu-chan, which will start next year as well, and I can't wait to see that either because, man, the original voice acting for that game was freaking bad. That concludes the Let's Dub 2014 awards, and the best way to end this video off will be for you guys to get a preview of a series that's starting next year. So, here's a preview of the 999 redub.
With no further ceremony, she ran, straight past Junpei and toward the doors behind him. The sudden proximity of a woman with such striking assets left Junpei momentarily stunned, but the others wasted no time and quickly followed the strange woman. The first to pass Junpei was a young man with silver hair. He threw a quick glance in Junpei's direction as he ran, muttering,
One of us, huh?
Following him was an older man, his face calm and without fear. Soft wrinkles sprouted from his eyes, and he came close enough as he passed for Junpei to see wisps of gray in his hair. His composure and shock of hair struck Junpei as rather like that of an elderly lion.
Going up won't do you any good. There are 2 doors, but neither of them will open.
The next to speak was a girl with pink hair and a high voice.
Come on! Aren't you coming? You gotta hurry!
Her small hand was wrapped around the wrist of another man. His eyes were closed, almost as though he were sleeping. His features were graceful, almost serene, and he was dressed rather elegantly for someone his age. Something about his posture seemed very refined, and Junpei couldn't help feeling he was noble and dignified somehow. He'd certainly never seen one, but this man seemed like what Junpei had always imagined a prince would be like.
That's 9 of us then. All of the cards are in hand.